Howdy y'all, Boone Hardaway here, back with another video. If you've seen my first two videos, you could probably notice there was a drastic change between them. The first one was far more lighthearted, and the second one was far more serious. This video should be somewhere between the two. There's a lot of bad in the world. I mean, you can look around and you can see it. There are horrible things going on in the world. I think there is a lot of great things too, but the coronavirus has brought out a lot of the worst in humanity and also a lot of the best in humanity. But I think it's going to be over soon. I mean, it might not, but we should hold out hope. So if y'all remember at the start of the year, there was a little bit of fear over a potential World War III. Yeah, that was kind of terrifying, wasn't it? I absolutely love science fiction. My favorite author of all time is Ray Bradbury, and I think my favorite short story of all time is one of his called The Soft Rains Will Come Again Soon. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's something similar to that, at least. And it's about a house that an automated house in the year 2026, and it's just trying to function, even though all its inhabitants have been long dead due to nuclear war. This was written in around 1950, I believe, and it was very much a commentary on nuclear war. The nuclear war was terrifying. I mean, the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, all of that. It was super scary because if there's a large-scale nuclear war, we may very well say goodbye to the human race as we know it. And at the start of the year, there were some fears of that. It didn't happen. I think God had our best interests in heart and in mind, and we're okay. I mean, there's a lot of problems. The coronavirus, for sure. A lot of people have lost jobs. There's been a lot of bad. But imagine how much worse it could have possibly been. And it's not. Is it horrible? Yeah. Could it have been 1,000 times worse? Yeah. But it wasn't. I think that's something great. I'm not gonna pretend quarantine is the most fun thing in the world. I came into quarantine thinking, sweet. No school, plenty of time to play video games, plenty of time to read. I can become a genius in this time. Learn multiple languages, all this kind of stuff. And hopefully near the end of quarantine, I'm realizing that was incredibly hopeful. Quarantine has not been fun. It's had fun moments. It has not been fun. One of my favorite bands is named Bon Iver, and they have a song called Over Soon. It's a very abstract song. It doesn't have really much actual music in it. It's a lot of very broken noises, and it's compiled in a way that I think it sounds amazing. But the repeated line throughout it is, "It might be over soon." That can go for so many things. That can be a reference to something bad being over soon. It could be a reference to good times. They might be over soon. Cherish them. I think right now we need to think about that. Is quarantine fantastic? No. It might be over soon, though. Is all of this not great? No. Yes, it's not great. I'm not having a fantastic time like I planned to this summer. I finally got my license about 2 weeks before quarantine started. Like, colossal failure there. But it could have been so much worse. And it might be over soon. I've got a couple Bible verses to go with this. Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for calamity, to give you a future and a hope." God has a plan for the future, and it's not for bad. I mean, bad things may happen. Could be worse. And the good times are coming soon. I've also got Romans chapter 8, verse 18. "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that is to be revealed to us." Are we suffering? Yes. Many people are suffering. People are suffering with the coronavirus. People are suffering with other illnesses. People are suffering with having lost jobs. There's a lot of suffering in the world right now. But when we look ahead to what God has planned out for us, how much suffering is that going to be? I don't think there's going to be much suffering with what God has planned for us. It might be a while longer than we want. It might be over soon. But I think with these hopefully last few weeks of quarantine, I would like to remind everyone that it might be over soon. And it could have been worse. I think we should cherish the fact that it isn't, because it could have been so much worse. Thanks for watching.